Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to The Dose. Magic Man Mark Hutchins here, joined by Mr. Jereme Kleven and the beast behind the glass, Mr. Byron Filson. I love the dolphin greeting. Back in the house, the real estate rock star, Mr. Ty Lusk.
Oh, please tell me the vacation's not coming to an end. Man,
I know, right?
I feel like I've been in the Caribbean for a week.
Right now. Like all good things must come to an end. And it's a sad story.
We'll have you back, though, for sure. We're going to put you to the test next time, right? And you'll have to have a fresh song, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll give you some sufficient time to think it through, you know?
Like 45 minutes.
Actually, you're probably more of a back against the wall pressure. Today's the day I better produce something, right?
It's, you know, the funniest part is that when I play live shows or even sitting around the campfire or the pool or whatever, people love, I do these impromptu, just kind of freestyle songs, right?
Right.
Maybe there's some Jack Daniels involved, maybe not. But there are times when I just kind of whatever comes to mind or whatever just happened over the last, couple of hours, and I'll just freestyle it. So maybe next time we could do that. I won't even come prepared. I'll just do a synopsis song of that episode.
Of the episode.
I like it.
Here's what we're talking about today. So let's dive in and talk about 2016.
Yes.
You threw out a goal of 20 million with your team.
Yes.
You said, you're going to raise your price point to try to get there. What other, it sounds like your door knocking efforts, your mailing efforts, your email efforts, your events,
community involvement,
inserting the community, everything seems to be working. Are you going to double any of those efforts? Are you going to maybe try to bring another agent to expand your reach? Any other goals besides, what you're doing now? Obviously, anytime you double efforts, you're going to get double results, in my opinion. So I don't know if that's your plan for it, but I'd like to hear what your forecast is for that and what your plans are to get there.
Absolutely, man. So, it's always like a challenge to figure out, do we do more of what we're good at or we try to get better at what we suck at? So there are some areas that aren't producing as much as we want, right? Like I love so I guess the answer to the question is, here's what we're going to do. We're bringing on at least 2 agents onto the team. Right now, there are only really 2 of us that are producing and selling, right? So if we're going to double, I don't think that we're going to bring 2 more of us on that'll double that, right? So that's part of it. And of course, the price point is more. And I think just getting more engaged, man. What really works the most is just being out among the people and just expanding our sphere, doing more stuff in the community, becoming better known, and just coming from contribution again. So it's a combination of price point, adding agents to the team, and just being out there more, as a individual, each person on our team being out there more and just asking for the business. I think a lot of times, like we don't do a good enough job on our team of asking someone to interview for the job when the time comes.
Right, true.
So we've adjusted our scripts a little bit, especially with door knocking. Now I'll tell you, whenever it's time to move, we'd love a chance to interview for the job to help you out. So we've kind of changed our verbiage up, our scripts up a little bit because
it's non-threatening.
It isn't, like we just want the opportunity. That's all. Like we're not coming here to tell you, hey, we want, sell your house.
I think as salespeople, we make that mistake, right? To not eventually we have to ask for the business, right? But you're obviously making enough contributions, enough deposits along the way that it's about damn time to ask for the business, right?
Yeah. The other thing that we're doing is, we've been fortunate to build some relationships with some buy and hold investors, and we have been working more with flippers over the last few years. And as those margins have kind of thinned out a little bit, we've been fortunate to build relationships with people who are now buying 2, 3, 4 properties a year, and that's their game plan for the next 5 to 6 years. So by treating them right and doing well, now what we're starting to see early on in 2016 is that they're ready. They're coming back, and we're going to pick up 2 more in the first half of the year. We're going to get at least 1 or 2 more in the second half of the year. So multiple properties to the same clients. Whereas in the past, maybe it was only 1 a year or 2 a year. We can turn that to 3 or 4 a year.
Multiple.
Right. And for those particular types of clients.
That's great.
Great. We're also seeing the other thing that's really helping us out a lot is as past clients, as we continue to stay in contact with them and call and socialize on social media and in person, is that now you're seeing a lot of sell and buy. Right, where it used to be a lot of first-time buyers and it was one transaction, whereas now you're working on listing their home, getting it sold, finding a new place.
A new one.
Right. So it's basically
the beautiful ones,
2 for 1.
Yeah, the 2 for special.
Yeah. So as our business evolves, like a lot of us, we see that we go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 per client. So you don't need as many clients to do more volume, more units.
You start tracking the fourth,
channel
fifth,
accounts.
sixth generation deal.
Yeah.
Those are the best. That's when you know you're doing something right and you've been doing it long enough to where it's like, wow, this person I did a deal for and I've gotten 6 deals out of this person. Maybe it's not them personally, but from who they referred. Right? Generations.
Little mini channel accounts, right?
You know, I learned from Michael Mayer. He wrote 7 Levels of Communication. Love that guy. And he talks about going back. What does he say? The ladder, whatever. Going back to the people that referred the person that referred that person that referred that person. So it's literally making those calls. Hey, you don't even know who this person is, but I wanted to let you know I appreciate you. And this is how I met them, was from the person that introduced me, and then you to them, and all that, right?
It's a great phone call to make, too.
Because those are very warm calls, too, right? So as you continue to grow, into this year, what do you think presents your biggest challenge?
Getting out of my own way.
It's tough for most.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta think bigger, man. I think sometimes I get too ingrained in the day-to-day of what's going on and running the team, and like I've got to.
The whirlwind.
So exactly. So I'm still in production, and I think I probably will be for a little bit. And for me, it's okay. I've got to keep my eye on. I've got to generate, and then I also have to leverage time to be able to manage the team and help. Hopefully inspire the team to want to reach much higher levels. And you've got different personalities. You've got different techniques of how to communicate. You guys go through this every day, right?
Absolutely.
Like you don't treat everyone the same because not everyone responds with the same treatment.
Correct.
So it's been a challenge, man. I'm reading a lot of leadership books, a lot of John Maxwell. Like I think that's my biggest challenge is how do I communicate in a way that is well received by the person I'm speaking with, and how do I generate a better leadership status and more qualities of leadership. So that's something that I think naturally in the community I've been blessed with. In business, it's more of a struggle for me, and there's some highs and lows with that, man.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So it's certainly something that I'm conscious of, and that I'm working on getting better at.
I like it. So the age-old question: if you knew then what you know now, right? What would you do different day one?
I would have gotten on a team, and I kick myself almost every day because I had the ability to get on. I was in the same office as Mike Mendoza, who is of course a legend in the Valley for many, many years, and he was kind of my first mentor. Yet I never thought about getting on a team, and that's what I would do differently, because I would have learned, had it been the right team, I know I would have learned models and systems very early on that I didn't really adopt in my business until way late in the game. Right. And so I would have been more conscious of daily phone calls, daily face-to-face appointments, and joining forces or having a mentor on a team that would teach me the right way to do business.
I like it.
Yep.
It's funny because everyone has a different answer to that. And that very well could help somebody brand new, but also just, again, it's someone else's perspective. It's nice that it's, that was your, the one thing, like I always say, that I would have done differently is day one, I would have absolutely loved and catered to my database a lot quicker and daily than I would have waited a year that we did when we shouldn't have first starting. You get wrapped up in trying to get deals and open houses and you forget about your database, how important that is in adding to it. So, but again, it's great to hear other people's opinion on it.
Well, I'm blown away because I seek out top producers in our industry, and I go to have lunch with them, and I've been very fortunate to be able to sit down one-on-one with a lot of people who are doing massive business, like where I'm going. And I'm actually kind of blown away sometimes by the number of these top agents who don't communicate with their database. So I love that you say that, Mark, because it's like, man, yeah, it seems like a no-brainer, and we're taught that. Yet it's interesting that not all the top teams are doing it.
Don't.
And it's what every agent can do that's really the meat of our business.
There should be one person a day you're putting in. You're striving to put one person a day into your database, if not more, but at least. Those Callaways say it brilliantly. Their book is beautiful, but I mean that's what they've built their business on, and clearly it works. And it is an old school tactic, but it doesn't even matter I don't care how old school it is. They have every single connection with their client. That's why they get so much business, and notoriety from it too.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I heard a story one time about, I told Joanne this a few weeks ago, but it was like, there's a guy that I know, and he went to the farm, their area, right? And he's like, man, all of a sudden one day I get this postcard in the mail, and it has these dots of every home they've sold in the zip code, and there's not a blank spot.
It's just dots.
Dots.
Yeah.
The entire, I'm like.
Pretty darn good.
He goes, I'm not going to farm that area.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move over.
Yeah, right.
Move over.
Well, hey, man, I just want to say thank you for coming on. It's been a blast. Thank you for the song. That's recorded now and it's down in history.
Yeah, that's right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we hear that pop up again for an
Good.
intro or the
Man,
or
it's
an,
such
or an
a
outro.
pleasure.
Yeah,
I've been a fan of you guys for a long time. I've been a doser for the last several months, and I've gone back and heard other episodes, and it was an opportunity that I'm really thankful for, man. So
we're thankful to have you here. I'm
appreciate
glad
that.
we did. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but it's
thanks
nice. It's nice having people in our industry in our industry that are giving back, that are obviously enjoying what they're doing, man. You bring some great energy. You're obviously enjoying life and having some fun along the way, right? So
that's what it's about for me, man.
Gotta
Took the
love
words
it.
out of my mouth.
Yeah, let's make the world a better place, baby.
I love it. I love it. And
Ty
add some
Lusk,
music
you'll
to
be
it.
back for round 2 if I have anything to say about it.
That's right.
I'd be an honor. It would be.
All right, everybody. Well, hey, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed it. Go out there and get it.
See you.
See ya.
The Daily Dose. Expand your mind. Daily Dose. Find your why. The Daily Dose. Raise your goals. Daily Dose. Be in the know.